Thank you. And Mr. Sun, just also to clarify, from what I understand, some of the code violations are quite serious as far as the building and where the building is at. Is that correct?
The code violations are very significant. From our investigations via police department, they were allowing individuals to come in to utilize showers, similar to what a truck stop operation does. However, none of the facilities were to code for those types of services. And obviously when you have showers and that kind of thing, you have health issues and concerns for the public that were never addressed.
And then finally, on the issue of the gambling, and obviously there was the adult entertainment that was happening as well, it's my understanding that the gambling issue returned. So I mean, there were some kind of stern warnings that I believe happened, and then those instances after the city came and said, you know, this is an illegal operation, it actually happened again, correct?
The gambling has actually gone on for over a decade with at least 4 instances of interaction on the city's behalf, whether it be with business licensing or police department with regards to that. So this issue was no surprise to the applicant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know that I'm sure we're going to hear, I'm going to put the issue on the table with the motion.
All right, go ahead.
Motion on the floor.
Second.
All right. Is the appellant here, the person making the appeal for this restaurant? Or the appellants are not here? Okay, I'll take whoever filed the appeal. I guess it would be Dorothy Steuben with this. Are you speaking for the?
Yes, I'm the son of Dorothy Steuben.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm Paul Steuben, the 24-Hour Cafe.
Correct.
We've been there 58 years. I know I've made some mistakes in the past. Nobody said anything about it.
Just identify yourself.
Oh, my name is Paul Steuben.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I don't know where to start. I've made some mistakes in the past. I've paid for my crimes. I think what's going on now is personal. Somebody's mad at me. I think we all should get along and get past this. I want to do the right thing in the future. I'm never going to have gambling there again. I got 15 to 18 people working there. People depend on me. Customers depend on me. I think I do a good service. Catering to truck drivers, I think somebody has to cater to them. The city knew I've had showers for the last 15, 20 years. If I'm not mistaken, probably my father got a permit to put them in many, many years ago. I don't think I was doing a bad service. And now all of a sudden, I didn't know I needed a business license for a fax machine and showers and truck parking. Nobody ever said anything. I had to do that. I've always tried to comply, do the right thing, and I'm willing to do the right thing now. I think I need another chance. My mother's in the hospital. She's 81 years old. We take care of her. I don't have her in a daycare. We have her at home. I think I deserve another chance. If I apologize for my past. And I like to make things right. And I like to do the right thing. You have any questions for me?
Like, what kind of gambling were you having?
They were like video game, you know. I mean, they help do things, you know. They help. The restaurant is a hard business. I don't know. It's one of the hardest businesses that I know about. It's a very hard business. You need teamwork. You need. It's a lot of work.
It is a hard.
And I'm going to be lost without it. I'm 60 years old. I've been there since I was 2 years old. My father's been gone 31 years. I mean, about 31 years now. And just more and more on my shoulders all the time. I've always helped my mother with it. The last 3, 4 years, she's been pretty much to the bed, not driving. So I even got more on my shoulders. And now all this happening, this is a lot. I'm just mentally screwed up. Don't know what's going to happen. This is my life you're taking away from me. And employees. I got one guy that's been there with me 35 years. His dream was to buy a house If I lose this business, he's gonna lose his home, guaranteed. And everybody will go to the unemployment line to get their unemployment. I don't know if you want that.
All right, let's take some public comments now. Any member of the public wish to address? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Come on down, please, identify yourself now. You are limited to 3 minutes. So, and I ask you not to be repetitive if you can, please. Okay, go ahead, sir. Identify yourself.
Yeah, my name's Joe Beeson. I'm not a native of Long Beach, but I've been here since 1941, so I guess that makes me kind of an old timer. And I've, during most of my life, of course, the Dorothy's Cafe has been there. I've represented Mr. Shubin on the criminal matter. A lot of what you've been told is true, some of it's not. Especially with regard to that last incident, where they, which is one of the problems because it looks like continuing bad conduct, but in fact the El Monte Police Department raided the place based on information they had about his prior purchase of these video poker machines. All they seized was a broken machine that the City of Long Beach had left there when they arrested him before. No charges were filed on that case, and in fact, nothing ever came of it. The adult entertainment case, although it was filed, was dismissed by the city prosecutor's office. Essentially involved a drunk barmaid one night. It's not like they were providing ongoing entertainment every night. It's not egregious behavior, these poker machines. He's been running a truck stop. These truck drivers make long hauls, stop there, no place else in the area they can go. It's not a terrible behavior. It's mistaken, and he's making an effort to clean his act up. Not going to have any more problems there. He's trying to make the place conform to code. And I think that the council should give him another chance.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is William Johnson. I'm from Pascagoula, Mississippi. I am one of the truck drivers that frequent the 24-hour cafe and have for probably 12, 13 years. I've delivered transformers to Westminster and Long Beach for the same company. This is the first I've ever heard about the gambling establishment or whatever, but as far as the cafe is concerned, it's a place that we can go. It's like a second family out here in Long Beach. And we come out, we know everybody. It's a place for us to park. It's a safe place that we can leave tarps on the trailer. Nobody steals nothing. Nobody breaks in anything. We can go in and get out of our truck. The showers, I don't know what the code is, but the showers that we take in there is as good as any shower we take in any truck stop across the nation. There's nothing any different from them. When we go in, they was always Lysol. They was always clean. I don't know what the codes are for them, but I've never had any problem. I've never got any kind of infections or anything from them any different than going on any Flying J, Pilot, Loves, whatever. I think this is, you know, somebody's out to get him because, I mean, I go to all the establishments, or a lot of the establishments in Long Beach, the Shell stations, McDonald's, whatever, the fuel stops here to buy fuel. And there's no difference in walking in that establishment than any other establishment. I think the man's made some mistakes in life. I think he's learned from his mistakes. And, you know, I came out of my own free will here because this is going to affect me. There's nowhere around Long Beach to park a truck. You know, we have to drive all the way back out to Ontario to park an 18-wheeler if we need a place to stay. And we spend sometimes 3, 4, 5 days waiting on the porch to get containers off. You know, and I've been doing this for 13 years. I mean, I can assure you that half the power that's supplied here by Edison is, you know, I brought part of it out here. You know, I bring those out every other week. And it's not only going to affect me and the people that work here, that work for the 24-hour cafe, it's going to affect a lot of folks. I mean, our company alone has 70 trucks. And at any one time, we got 5 or 10 sitting at the cafe that's delivered out here to California. And I just, you know, I would like y'all really to consider, you know, before you shut it down, how many people that it's really going to affect. And over the long term, you know, and what it's gonna cost us to, with the price of fuel, to drive from here back out to Ontario and then turn around and drive back into Long Beach to load a container. It's gonna have a lot of effect. But I appreciate all y'all's time.
Thank you, appreciate it. Next, please. Again, please make sure you identify yourself. You'll see a yellow light come on when you have 30 seconds left.
My name is Candace Walter, and I'm a waitress at the 24-Hour Cafe. I've been there for 6 years, and as Paul said, we are a family. As William said, we're a family there. We cater to so many truck drivers, longshoremen, refinery guys. They have been there for 58 years. 58 years, and we still have people, our longshoremen, the people that work in the refineries, that have been there that long, that count on us, that come there. And we are all the family. Our truck drivers, if they have to go to Ontario and come back down here to find out that their container has not cleared customs, drive back to Ontario, come back here again, we have one of the largest ports in the nation. We're gonna lose all of that if we lose all these truck drivers because they don't have a place to go. And again, same, our refinery guys, our longshoremen. Paul has made his mistakes. I've worked there for 6 years, and I've seen a lot of them, and I've seen him working so hard right now, trying to rectify that, trying to save the cafe. So I just ask all of you to please, please give us a chance. Please give us a chance.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is Julie Henry. I'm a graveyard worker. I'm there to give people coffee all night long, to sober up the drunks, to pick people up out of the street that have been thrown out of their cars in a fight with their boyfriend and get them care. I'm the girl there that has guys to walk in, get mugged on Anaheim because there's no place for them to go. I'm there for them. Please give Paul another chance. That's all I gotta say.
Next, please. Again, identify yourself.
And my name is Wayne Carter. I've been going to the cafe for 40 years, since I was young, really young. And I'm a friend of Paul's. He is doing a lot to save the place. Thank you.
Next, please.
My name's Kenny Ryerson. I am a longshoreman. 24-Hour Cafe is probably the closest cafe that we can take breaks at on our second shift. 10 o'clock at night to maybe 12 to 1 o'clock, we have our breaks. It's 2 to 3 hours sometimes. It's the only place you can really go to nearby that's open that late. I'm not talking on behalf of ILW, but I'm just telling you a lot of longshoremen use that. On top of that, the truckers that we work with also use the 24-Hour Cafe. It's the most convenient restaurant and truck stop in the port. So if you're shutting them down, you're shutting down a lot. Besides the employees, management, you're shutting down longshoremen and a lot of truckers. I'm just asking you to look into this and your decision based on how long he's been there and over a few things. I don't know who is against Paul, but over a few things, I think you should reconsider and give him another chance. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Next, please.
Good evening. My name is Captain Drohan with Marine Support International. Ms. Warren.
Mr. Mayor, you had not taken the oath earlier.
Go ahead. Okay.
Do you solemnly state that that the testimony you may give in this cause now pending before this body shall be the truth and the whole truth and nothing but truth? So thank you.
All I wanted to let you know is that I've been going into the 24-hour for approximately 35 years. My primary concern is to see if you can come up with some type of action plan that take a look at what's happened and what can be done now, possibly some type of time frame that he can correct whatever deficiencies he has not met.
It is a home-type atmosphere. So after all the other comments, I'd just like to let you know that there is a lot of people that go in there. It is a home setting, and they got some really good people that work there. And I'd hate to see them lose their job. So if you at least consider that, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Next, please.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, my name is Edmund Deckert. I've known the Shubins for about a decade. I've known Dorothy for quite some time. I do consulting. Mr. Shubin has contracted an architect. There has been preliminary drawings. We've reviewed current C of Os. We reviewed current plans, all the records that we possibly could on this property to deal with the code enforcement sheets that were given. And we've moved forward on that as much as they financially could. Shutting them down is going to be an extreme financial burden as far as them continuing on. There are a lot of other options. The Shubins own that property. And with respect to council's third-party turbid recommendation to revoke the business license for the 24-hour cafe, I would urge the council to vote no on this item for the following reasons. The arbitrator did not emphasize the fact that the business proscribed outside of the approved business license has been stopped. This stuff is not ongoing. It's ceased. The extreme position refused and abandoned this action upon the past mercantile manager, and being forced on the owner by the city, I think would be irresponsible and wrong. As I said, the violations have stopped, and quite frankly, a majority of the list from code enforcement has already been remedied and repaired. There's still some other items that remain. Mr. Shubin, Paul Shubin, has hired a new general manager. She's sitting in here. Her name is Jeanette Trevino. She's overseeing the facility at this point. If for whatever reason we've already know about the jobs that will be lost, it is a landmark, demonic landmark. It is a Cracker Barrel restaurant, I will admit. It's been there a long time. It's got very old architecture. It's evolved into things that historically that's not what it was. It became one building instead of two. The parking evolved into some trucking and truck parking, and there were needs that were met for that particular part of town. I guess if the vote is to be considered, I would like if they would entertain an amendment, perhaps in the sense of a 180-day on a revocable permit to allow the architect to continue on, come back in 180 days and see where we're at as far as getting everything legal and completed. And I think that the code violations will go away, and the council will be satisfied with this business as it's been since the 40s. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sun, do you have any comments on all that testimony?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First off, I would like to address this is not something personal. The city takes the revocation very seriously. It's gone through a very due process that the Long Beach Municipal Code requires us to go through. I'd like to highlight some of the concerns that have brought us to today. This is not just a singular event or a recent event. You know, this goes back as far as 2002 when the city of Long Beach recovered 7 illegal slot machines. And then again in 2009, which that particular charge in 2002 was prosecuted through the prosecutor's office against Mr. Shubin. Then again in 2009, we received another complaint of illegal slot machines. 10 at this point were recovered. And another file was charged against Mr. Shubin. And then in 2010, we had another complaint and we recovered yet another 10 illegal slot machines, and another case was prosecuted against Mr. Shubin. 2011, we were able to determine that illegal adult entertainment was occurring, and another misdemeanor count was filed against Mr. Shubin. And then in 2012, that's when we, Long Beach Police with representatives from the Health Department, conducted an inspection and determined that there were still outstanding issues with regards to the hot showers and the overnight truck parking. It's important to note that this license that's issued to this business is for a cafe
to serve alcohol. It is not a licensed truck stop for overnight truck stops.